So just days after Philando's murderer was found not guilty on all charges, the dashcam video of the shooting was finally made public for the first time ever. And it's arguably even more disturbing than the Facebook Live video taken from inside the car.
Reason I pulled you over, your brake lights are out. You have your license and insurance?
Sir, I have to tell you, I do have a firearm on me.
Don't reach for it then. Don't pull it
I'm
out.
not pulling it out.
Don't pull it out.
38 seconds. It took 38 seconds from the moment that officer approached the car to the moment he pulled the trigger. It took just 6 seconds from the moment Philando told him he had a gun in the car for the officer to make the decision to take his life. Even though you can clearly hear Philando say, "I'm not pulling it out."
Don't pull it out. Don't pull it out.
6 seconds. The officer decides to fire 7 rounds at Philando with his girlfriend and young daughter in the car, who, by the way, can be seen running from the back seat, understandably terrified.
Get the baby girl out of here!
It's heartbreaking. Yet for some reason, these jurors still found the officer not guilty, while jurors in Baltimore just gave more than $1 million to a family whose dog was shot and killed by the police. So you mean to tell me a dog's life is more valuable? That officer didn't have to shoot Philando, especially not 7 times. If he really feared for his life, he could have stepped away from the window, fired a warning shot in the air, or maybe even tried to stop and listen to Philando when he tried to say he wasn't reaching for the gun. Hell, I've seen several videos of police officers being approached by people who are armed.
Put it down! Shoot me! Put it down! Shoot me!
And yet somehow, everyone still manages to walk away alive. Obviously, this officer is a racist who saw Philando as a threat because of the color of his skin. And it's not just black people who run into this problem. It happens to all minorities, especially poor people. But you see, the problem isn't with every police officer. It's the prejudiced ones, the ones who bring a hateful mindset with them to work every single day.
The driver looks more like one of our suspects just because of the wide set nose.
It clouds their judgment, and we end up here with innocent people being gunned down and their murderers getting away with it. Because remember, the law tells them they have a license to kill. I'm Valeria Sistrunk, and for all the latest updates on politics and more, visit content.news.